Hi, and welcome to this really short practice, just half an hour of work to work through the spine, loosening up the spine, loosening up the shoulders and the hips. And then we're going to come down to the ground and do a few stretches to particularly help with your back, any back pain. Okay, so just a very short practice. So first of all, just come and land in your feet. So just move the weight forwards and back. Find a place where you can just rest and just bring one hand onto the belly and one hand onto the chest. Relax the shoulders, become aware of the breathing. Feel down into the ground through the soles of your feet. Notice the body gently moving, the inhale and the exhale. On the in breath, you feel the body gently expanding. And on the exhale, a gentle contraction. As you breathe in, think about drawing the energy into the body. And as you exhale, you're holding onto that energy and holding it deep down into the belly. Cultivating that energy and strength with every breath. Putting the day behind you. Just giving yourself this little bit of time to practice on yourself. To work with your own body and any limitations. And just giving yourself this time. So we're just going to release the arms down and just start at the top of the spine, working with the neck, some simple head rolls. So small circles of the head. I'm not trying to move into overstretching the neck muscles at all. I'm just really trying to get very deeply into the cervical spine, the vertebra. So small movements are more effective. And just see what you have, see what's coming up. Gentle, smooth movements. Take the circles the other way. Notice maybe any other sensations that crop up, maybe a little sensation into the shoulders, down through the spine, into the hips. Very calming and very easing, particularly if you spend a lot of time sat at your desk, slumped over your computer. You could bring the head back into the center and just drop ear towards shoulder, not big movements, just small movements side to side. And then bring the head into the center and just drop the head back slightly. And then bring the chin into the chest. And do that again, dropping the head back and chin into the chest. Good. Center the head on the shoulders and just turn to look over one shoulder. So remember, we're just doing small movements. We're not trying to get to the full range of motion that we have. Just taking it very slow and steady. One more. And then come back to the center. Good. Lift the shoulders up and draw them back and down. Lifting them up and rolling them back and down. Breathing in as you lift and exhaling as you lower. One more of these. Then take them the other way, lifting them up forwards and down. Inhaling and exhaling. Just releasing any stress, any tension that's sitting on the shoulders. Last one. And then interlacing the fingers and coming to the back of the head and just squeezing into the trapezius muscles. But just with the heels of the hands. So the trapezius muscle, the upper back and the back of the neck. We can get very tight from being slumped over your computer. And so it just benefits from a gentle little bit of pressure. And then do the same actually with the heel of the hand and the fingertips just working along the top of the shoulder, just giving it a gentle squeeze, like a massage, just sort of releasing any of the knots, any of the tension that you feel there, just gently. Good. And do the same on the other side. Really digging in there with your fingertips just to try to loosen off any of that holding. And then you can even make a fist and just give that a little tap as well. The fist, you feel the vibration all the way down into the muscle. Feels really good. Do that on the other side. Just a gentle tap. Good. And then bring the hands around and just rub into your back. So we're trying to rub either side of the spine, up and down, across at the waist, and then into the sacrum area. Just giving that a really nice massage. And then coming into the glute area and just giving the glute area a gentle massage as well. And stroking down the backs of the legs. I'm sort of as if I'm washing them. So it's just rubbing into the backs of the thighs, trying to catch as much of that area as I can, into the calves, and then into the ankles. If you can reach, give the ankles a little rub, squeeze, outside and the inside of the ankles. And then coming up the inside of the legs, the same idea, just as if you're sort of washing gently. Inner thighs. Good. And then just into the groin area, just give that a little massage. And then bring the hands around to the lower back. Just rest them on the shelf of the hips and just open through the front. And as you exhale, bring the hands around to the thighs and just arch around. Just even that little massaging into the back can really help to sort of free up a little bit of tension that you might be carrying there. So this is like cat-cow, but standing, finding that little back bend, and then just rounding gently. Good, and maybe just crossing the elbows and just resting onto the thighs. Just see how this is. Make sure it's not too strong, not too intense for your back. Make sure you're breathing in and out slowly. And then release the arms, let them hang from the shoulders and just come back up to standing. Okay, stacking the vertebrae nicely one on top of the other. So we're going to make those little floppy wrists and we're going to come and do a little bit more tapping. So now we're working a little bit more into the sort of midsection of the body with some meridian lines that are on the outside of the legs, outside of the body. So coming down the outside of the legs into the hips and all the way down the legs. And let's come up the inside of the legs now and then back down. Nice and active. Feel that sensation down into the flesh of the body and then come on up. Good. And then a little shake, just flicking off any tension through the wrists and through the hands. A little gentle bounce and maybe a little movement of the head. Good. Come and really ground yourself into the feet and then let the arms swing. So twisting. So working into the spine again. So the knees in this just open and close gently. And I'm just pushing the ground away, making sure that the knees aren't twisting at all. The knees are just opening and closing. The work is coming through the spine, the gentle tapping of the body, the arms into the body. Okay, maybe taking a gaze behind you. You can make this a little bit stronger by coming onto the opposite heel as you turn, but make sure you're just sinking the weight down into that standing leg and there's no twisting happening through the knee joints. Good, breathing in and breathing out. Freeing up that spine, creating a little bit of movement and opening up some of the sort of blocked energy in the body, trying to get it moving. Okay, slow that down. Step one foot in front of the other. Feet are grounded. As you inhale, you can let the arms float up and then let them swing back. So just working with your breath. It's quite a quick movement, this one. Shifting the weight forwards and back, but keeping the feet grounded as you do this. The movement is up through the body, so it's nice and relaxed into the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows. And we're freeing up the shoulders now, all the way up through the spine. Feels so good, feels so relaxing around the shoulders. So you switch sides, so opposite foot forwards. Again, feet stay on the ground, the movement's coming up through the legs, through the body, into the shoulders and into the arms. But relaxed and easy movements. Okay, and then slow it down. Bring the arms in. So now we're going to windmill the arms. So the feet stay rooted. The same thing, the movement is up from the earth, up all the way through into the arms. And just let the shoulders be relaxed. So you're not drawing the circles with your hands. You're very much allowing the movement to come up through the spine. Freeing up the shoulders. You could take the circles the other way. Make sure you're breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now you feel that you've created a bit of freedom. We're going to come into a side bend. So keep one hand down, other arm's going to go up. Feet are rooted, the little bend at the knees as you take that side stretch. So try to get that length up before you lean over. So trying to work all aspects of the movement of the spine. Good, breathing in as you lift up, switch sides. So again, get that sense of growing up out of the ground before you create the side bend. Good. Inhale, come back up. So either repeat that or you can make it a little bit stronger by holding the opposite wrist and just drawing the body over. So slightly sort of stronger banana shape. Inhale as you lift up, switch wrists, take that side bend the other way. Creating that space first. Good. Inhale as you lift. Bring the arms down. Bring the hands to the chest. Keeping the feet nicely rooted. You're going to take a twist here. So turning in one direction, just open up that arm. Palm faces up towards the ceiling. See how my knees are still pointing forwards. Maybe this hip follows the movement a little bit, but most of the work is coming through the torso. Breathing in, face to front. Take that the other way. So sort of unraveling that arm from the shoulder. And then release. So we can do that again, but maybe this time both arms. You can stick with just a single arm. Breathing in and take that the other way, both arms. Good, release. Just give everything a little shuggle of the shoulders and bring the hands into the lower back. Let's retry that back bend. See if there's a little bit more movement, a little bit more space opened up. As you exhale, slide the hands down into that forward fold, either resting the arms on the thighs again or letting the arms dangle. Just let the head rest down. Maybe taking a gentle sway from side to side, just to release. Notice what you have to work with at the back of the waist. Yes, no, the head, side to side, up and down. Stretch the mouth, open the mouth really wide to stretch the jaw. That can sometimes release a bit of tension in the back. Let the arms dangle down and slowly come back up to standing. Inhaling as you unfurl, coming on up to standing. So we're going to take a balance now. So you might need to come and hold on to something. So I've got a shelving unit here, so I'm just going to use that. Take the weight into one of your feet and bring the other leg through. Hold on to the front of the ankle and see if you can point the knee down. Don't twist the knee to create this shape. And you can stay here if you need the shelving unit for support or your mantelpiece. If not, you can do this in the middle of the room. And you're feeling this lovely stretch through the front of the quads. Good, breathing slowly. So we're working here with stomach and spleen in the front of the body. Down through the thigh. And just finding that gentle stretch. You might be able to tip it forwards a little bit, so soften the standing leg and just tip it forwards into a slightly stronger shape, so working a little bit more through the hip. And then inhale as you come back, release the leg down. So take that to the other side. So remember, you can come and hold on to a wall or a door or a mantelpiece, shelving unit. Hold on to the ankle, no twisting through the knee. You can stay here is sufficient to get that stretch into the quads, inner and outer side of the thigh. If the scope to go a little bit deeper, you can tip forwards, a little bend to the standing leg. I'm not going to make it into a strong pose. I'm just gently, just testing my balance while I get that quad stretch, opening up through the thigh. And then release. Good. Bring the foot back down. Just notice. We're going to tap into the chest. So now we're going to work a little bit more into the lungs and the heart. So opening up the chest as you breathe, breathing in. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more of these breaths. And then coming down the inside of the arms, just with that nice, relaxed, floppy wrist, and up the back of the arms into the shoulder, and then down again. Just opening up into the meridian lines in the arms, sort of going through different sections of the body in turn, and down the other side. Helping with your circulation, getting the blood flow to the muscles. Last time. And then inhale, open through the front of the body. Get that lovely stretch across the chest. And as you exhale, bring the backs of the arms, hands towards each other. Breathing in, opening, thumbs can point away, chest opens, and then the chest closes as the shoulder blades slip apart. Opening, breathing in, and exhale. So really working around the upper body now into the shoulders. Last one. Good. Send the arms wide. Let's take the right arm up and just let it band at the elbow and let the arm hang down. Your other arm can come around and hold onto the elbow and see if you can encourage that sort of opening into the armpit area, the side of the body as you breathe. Just getting that lovely stretch into the outside of the arm. So like a Gamakasana arms, but we're just going to work on one side. Release that out. Go to the other side. So banding at the elbow, let the hand come to the mid back or to the neck, and just use the other hand to encourage the stretch, but I'm not forcing, just gently working. Good. Notice the difference between the sides. And then release. Bring the arms behind the back, linking thumbs, maybe interlacing fingers, point index fingers away. If this is too strong, hold the hips. Hinge forward, bend the knees as you fold. Let the arms float up, maybe a little sugar. If you need to keep the hands resting on the hips, then do. Or else let the arms float up. Not wanting to invert the body, keep the head at the same height as the heart. So any blood pressure issues. If not, really letting go in this forward fold, letting the arms come over to get a nice stretch into the upper body. Good. Another breath here. And lower the hands to the hips. Take your time coming up, so slowly making your way up to standing. And just notice the body compared to when we first stood. We're going to come down to the ground, so just make your way down onto the floor. Lie down. Bring the knees into the belly and just give it a little rock from side to side. So again, working into the spine, so the certain muscles, the erector spinae muscles, either side of the spine, just giving them a little massage by rocking. Try circling the knees in one direction, massaging into the area of the pelvis, the hips, and then circle the other way. Good. Bring the feet to the floor, just notice the back. So I'm going to work a little bit into piriformis muscle, which is in your glute area. Bring the left leg in, just interlace the fingers. The other leg can straighten away. And you're drawing this knee towards the same shoulder to begin with. And then gently pointing the knee towards the opposite shoulder. It's not a big movement. I'm not bringing it right across the body. I'm just gently pointing it towards that opposite shoulder. And you'll feel the stretch across the glute here. As you breathe, relax the shoulders, really breathe into that stretch. Good, take another breath. Good, release, bend the other leg and just hook that ankle just above the knee. Keep the foot flexed, which will keep it nice and safe. And either just applying a little bit of gentle pressure to this inner thigh, not the knee and not the hip, somewhere in between. If you have the flexibility, you can post that left hand through the hole between the figure of four of your legs and either hold the thigh of the right leg or hold the shin of the right leg. And I'm just applying a little bit of pressure to that inner left thigh. So these stretches, these couple of stretches are really good for any sciatic pain that you might be experiencing, where that sciatic nerve and the piriformis muscle come into contact. So really stretching into that glute muscle on that side. So really make sure you're breathing, focusing on that breath. Good, let's take another breath here. You could always put something under the foot here as well if you find this tiring, like a block or a cushion. And then lower the foot to the floor. Unstep the legs, take the feet a little bit wider, move the hips a little bit to the left, and just let the knees fall to the right. So nice easy twist. Bring the arms out, lift the head and turn it towards the left-hand side. And just really release into that twist, a sense of balance and equilibrium, a sense of harmony. There's nothing worse than having back discomfort. So these exercises very much to do with back health. Okay, inhale as you bring the legs back into center the hips. Bring the knees back in again, just a little rock from side to side, trying to massage all the way up and down the spine. Bring that right knee in, drop the left foot to the floor. You can keep the foot there as you work with this side. If it's okay, you can extend that leg along the ground. Same side, first of all, pointing the knee towards the same shoulder. And then drawing the leg on the diagonal. So it's not going to move all the way over. You're just pointing the knee towards the opposite shoulder so you can feel that stretch into that right glute muscle. You know, I quite like to just actually massage it with my hand as well to encourage the sensation of stretch. Just getting it to release, breathing consciously as you do this. Good, bending into the left leg, hook the ankle above the knee, allowing that right knee to fall out to the side. Maybe just a little gentle pressure with that hand on the inner thigh. Stay with that. Or if the scope to go deeper, threading the right hand through the figure of four shape of your legs and holding the shin or thigh of the bent leg. Keeping the foot flexed. So this is quite a bit stronger. So just making sure you're only practicing to the degree that is suitable for you today, right now. That is a wonderful stretch into that right glute. So really breathe into it. So great pose this if you do a lot of sitting with your job. So maybe do it a couple of times a day if you're having problems with your back. One more breath here. And then release. Unstep the legs, have the feet hip distance and let the knees fall to the left. Lift the head and turn it gently to the right. Just focus on that lovely movement through the spine. You can always shift the hips a little bit to the right first as well. For a slightly stronger twist. Feel calm and feel relaxed in this pose. Good. And then bring the knees back into center and just step the feet in and just notice the body. Just notice how the body feels. Notice the back, notice the connection that you have between the body and the ground. So you could slip the legs away for a little relaxation, or you can just let the knees fall in and touch, and maybe bring the arms out by the side of you. Sometimes when you stretch the legs out straight, then that can be uncomfortable for your back. So having the legs bent means it's easier for your back to relax, and your belly can relax so that you can breathe nicely. So focus on the breath moving in and out. Notice the body and the points of contact between the body and the ground. See if you can relax into the lower body, the hips, the legs, the ankles, the feet, the knees. Notice the area of the hips in particular. Become aware of your spine, your tailbone, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back and shoulders. Relax all the way up and down the spine. If you come to any areas where there's a little sensation of stuckness, tension, just linger there with your mind. Bringing your awareness to your belly, to your chest. Let the belly rise and fall, the chest rise and fall. There's no rush, nowhere to go, just giving yourself this little bit of time. And become aware of the face. Relax the eyes, the mouth, sometimes opening and closing the jaw to stretch the jaw, swallowing, letting the tongue settle to the roof of the mouth, just behind the teeth. Try to relax the skull and even the brain inside the skull so it rests back away from its attachments. And just say to yourself, I am completely relaxed. My mind is still. I feel calm. I feel content. And a deep feeling of bliss just radiating out on every exhalation through the body. And when you're ready, just roll onto one side. Just pause for a moment. And use that top hand and extend the top leg to make your way up. And come to a comfortable, easy seated position. The legs don't need to be crossed. And just notice the back, notice the spine. Let the eyes close for a moment, bring the palms together. Just bow the head for a moment's gratitude for having this time to practice. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that.